Hello and welcome back to Season 2 of the Wrexham Road to Glory. We've been promoted, we're in Sky Bet League 2. Today is going to be the first game of the season, but first off we're going to go through some of the transfers. But before that, we get the season preview. We're previewed to finish in 20th place, so we're at 50 to 1. We're not looking, the media don't think we are going to go down, and I'm really hoping we don't go down as well. On here you can see some of the signings. It has ruined one of our signings here at the top. As you can see, we've got Carl Jenkinson, so we'll start with him. We've signed Carl Jenkinson on a free, the ex-Arsenal and Nottingham Forest man. As you can see, he's got some decent technicals. At 30 years old, he's also got one cap for England, so we've got another England international in our ranks. That makes 3 now. We've got a decent player on a free here. He is on 1.5k a week, and he will be our starting right back, with Harvey Neville dropping to the bench. He has 13 pace and 11 acceleration, so at 30 that's not too bad, but he has some decent attacking stats. He has 12 crossing as well, and 13 tackling, which is decent for a right back indeed, especially at this level. He hasn't played for the last year at Nottingham Forest, not even a game for the in the cups or anything. He's just been playing down in the reserves, so hopefully we can help rejuvenate some football in this man's legs going into his twilight years. So next then, we needed a goalkeeper, and we've signed a goalkeeper. We've signed Webb, the Welsh under-21 international, on loan from Swansea. We had so many people I put in contract offers for, but nobody just wanted to join us. They're all joining clubs around us. We've got him on loan for the season. He's played one game, so we played a cup game, the first round of the Carabao Cup. We lost 4-1, and he played a 5.8, so that's not a great start. My assistant manager during the game was telling me to sub on Rob Lainton. Obviously I didn't, but not a good start from Webb, but hopefully he can improve going forward into the season. So I am already not kind of happy with him, but he's got some decent stats overall. For this level, he should be a decent goalkeeper, and he's still got a lot of room to improve. We've also got given an extra coach, so I brought in an extra goalkeeping coach to try and help our goalkeepers. That is a place where we struggled last season, so hopefully that'll help him improve a little bit faster. But I say that, I signed him, but I said at the start of the career mode that, you know, we've got Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhaney as our 2 new owners. Maybe they can show us some American talent. And Nednan Ruzic, I'm going to go with Ruzic, come up in one of my scout reports, and he looks like a very decent player. An 18-year-old American. He was playing for AC Connecticut. Seems like a decent player. He's got some nice technicals. His physicals are awful. Let's not look at them. He's also only 5'10", which I've only just noticed, but we're going to ignore that for now. But he looks like a very decent player. Our scout reports make him a Sky League Bet 2 standard player and better than Webb. So I'm in 2 minds whether to start Ruzic or Webb. So it's going to be a little battle on our hands for goalkeeper. We've also still got Rob Lainton here. He's dropped down to be our 3rd goalkeeper. He has signed a new contract to be a backup. But I haven't decided who's going to be our starting goalkeeper as of yet. Next then on the list is Naya Kirby, a centre mid. 22 years old, former Crystal Palace man, has 1 appearance for them. Is it in the Premier League? It is in the Premier League. It was last season. Yeah, so he has scored some very... he has got some very nice stats going forward. His technical's not bad. He's probably going to be playing more in the deep line playmaker role, but he could also play at the box-to-box. He does primarily like to be a mezzala, but we don't play with one. But we'll see in the season. Maybe we'll change up the tactics. We don't know how it's going to go currently. This is a whole new league. Maybe I'll need to change it up and we'll try with the mezzala in the middle. But for now, he'll be playing the deep line playmaker role or the box-to-box. But overall, looks like a decent player. And we also got him on a free. Next then, we sold we sold Bryce Hosanna, the right back, to MK Dons for 40k. He said he was going to let his contract run down, go on a free. Obviously, we don't want to lose him for free, so I've sold him off for 40k to MK Dons, and we needed a replacement right back. That replacement right back then was Andre Wisdom. We had, once again, quite a lot of players who we were trying to sign. Looks like we were going to get the deal over the line, and as we did, they joined someone else. Andre Wisdom, we had him here on trial. He was a player I decided I didn't really want, but we had no choice. I couldn't really get anyone else, so I got him in before I seen Carl Jenkinson. So now we've got 3 right backs here, but Wisdom can also cover centre back, which is also good. Then we signed Will Nightingale for 35k from Wimbledon. We were really struggling to find a centre back, like really struggling to sign a centre back. There was quite a few. We had a player called Popescu, a Romanian guy. He couldn't get a work permit, though he was a decent player, so we missed out on him. We had quite a few other players who I can't think of their names off the top of my head, but other teams were coming in and poaching them. But Nightingale, he didn't look like a bad player. His technicals aren't bad for this league. He's got 13 tackling, 13 heading and 12 marking, 12 positioning. They're the core things you want from a centre-back. Physicals, 10 acceleration and 9 pace. Not the best. But and I would prefer him to have a bit more strength than 10, but it is what it is. He's got good determination, good bravery, things that you expect from a centre-back. And he's actually got 16 work rate for a centre-back, which is very good indeed. So he's going to partner Hayden at the back, and we're going to see how he does. So I've already ran through Nedan Ruzic and Carl Jenkinson. That's all the players we have signed so far. Oh, except Owen Bevin. Owen Bevin was just, he was rated 5-star when he comes through on my shortlist. I thought I might as well sign him, stick him in the under-23s. You never know, he might develop really quickly and become good. Looks like he's not going to, so he's just a player for the under-23s. But who we sold then? We sold Jake Hyde. He went out on loan and they're paying all of his wages of 1.3k. And Bryce Hosanna, who we've already mentioned, and Christian Dibble, our backup goalkeeper from last season. We've sold him to Derby for 3k. Didn't need him. We would have had 4 goalkeepers. But our squad then. This is what our squad looks like. And as you can see at the bottom of the screen, we have had some major injuries, mainly in the midfield department. Jack Rodwell then, he's been injured. He's got a fractured lower leg. 3 to 4 months he's going to be out. That's probably going to be the end of Jack Rodwell. He's already decreasing. He's 31 years old. His physicals already are not that good. But let's just hope that he comes back and he's able to still do a job in that anchorman role in midfield. Ben Tozer then, he was also out for a few months. How long was he out for? Well, he's only got 12 days left, but he was out for quite a while. He was out for a few months. He's coming back now in a few weeks, but we were going to try and sell him anyway. He's not a player who we really needed. As you could tell, as you can see, even it says surplus to requirements. Not a player we were planning on using anyway. Scott Pollock also got an injury. He's been out. He's going to be out for about 7 weeks, I think he said. He's only got 3 weeks left in this injury. Player, obviously midfield cover, and then another one, Ryan Reynolds, out for 6 days. He was out for like 2 weeks. More midfield injuries. So as you can see, we haven't actually got a midfielder, a centre mid on the bench. What I've done is try to quickly go out and just get anyone to play in midfield. This player, James Henry, actually looks like a very decent player, but he is 33. I was looking to try and go with some younger players between the age of 16 and 30. I didn't really want to go above that. But for a short time fix, I've offered him a 1-year contract just to do some cover in the midfield. And we're also trying to get a backup striker in Isaac Olofe. Nothing special, but we also can't find any strikers to bring in. So this is the team going into the first game of the season then. We have Ruzic in goal, Hutchinson, who we are actually going to change to an automatic now. We're up in the higher leagues. So we got Hutchinson, Nightingale, Hayden and Jenkinson. In midfield we got Hughes, Jones and Kirby. Beckham out on the right, Hector Ingram out on the left, and Mullin up top. Do I go with Hector Ingram or do I go with Ibe? Hector Ingram actually scored in our Carabao Cup game against Crewe, which we lost 4-1. So he did come off the bench and score, so I think I'm going to start with him for this game. Mulling is also the player rated highest touted to get top goal scorer this season. Coming into the whole new league, going from non-league into football league, and still being touted to be the top goal scorer by the media is a big achievement in itself. So hopefully we'll see how he does. First game against Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers, no pushovers, decent team, but this is a game we should be winning as Hughes puts in a ball out from the right side and Mullin puts it over the bar. So what am I expecting from this season? I'm going to be honest with you, with our injuries, especially in midfield at the moment, as Mullin steps over a free kick and he puts it wide. I'm just trying to stay up. Top half finish, I think, is pretty much out of the question. But this is a team which I think does have a lot of talent in it, but we also have quite a lot of weak links. I'm not convinced who Beckham's just put this ball through for Paul Mullin, who has made it 1-0 to Wrexham in our first game in the Football League. Well, that didn't play the replay. I've got replays on. Replay, I bet you it's not on goals. There we are, it's on goals now. Yeah, I'm not convinced that Romeo Beckham is actually going to be good enough for this league, but we're going to see how he goes. We're going to give him until January because we don't actually at the moment have a nominated or a designated backup right mid. So we're going to see how he does. Maybe he'll improve quickly. We have got some better coaches now. Some of our coaches retired, so I have replaced them with better rated coaches. So hopefully, as Rosic collects the ball, showing why he should be starting ahead of Lewis Webb. I do feel if we do play Rosic instead of Webb, Swansea are going to recall Lewis, which won't be the worst thing in the world, especially if Rosic just plays well. As Beckham scores at the far post, Hutchinson puts it in from the left, and Beckham, it looks like, has headed it in, beating their left back. So Mullin on the board here. He gets dispossessed by Kilgore. Hutchinson collects it out on the left, puts the ball in, and Beckham's beating the right back at the far post. But as I was saying about Beckham, I'm not convinced he is good enough for this league as he puts us 2-0 up. Hector Ingram, once again, following on his form from last season, not played great. So let's get on Jordan Ibe out on the left as an inside forward, the ex-Premier League winger, former Liverpool and Bournemouth. Let's see how he does down here in League 2. In theory, he should absolutely smash it up. They have done him a bit dirty. I do think his his physicals are much worse than they are in real life as they pull the ball back. It looks like Hutchinson has messed up there as Westbrook puts it through to Nicholson. Ibe tries to dispossess him. Nicholson runs through. Hutchinson does a tackle, doesn't follow it up, and Alexander has managed to put the ball down into Evans, who has put the ball into the back of the net. Our new signing, Will Nightingale, not playing great as Kirby puts the ball into Ibe. It's been headed away. It's come back up to Hutchinson. Puts it back out to Kirby out on the left. Puts the ball in. Thought Mullin was going to get to it. Went too far. They've cleared it back out to that right side. And they're playing the ball away as Harris is on the ball. They're playing the ball out from defence. They've got it up to Luke Jeffcott up top. Luke Jeffcott is a player we were actually looking at, but they wanted too much money. And really, I didn't want to spend too much money down in League 2. We were looking for more free transfers as Nightingale has taken Jeffcott out off the board here. They've got a penalty. Jeffcott puts it in and he slots it into the back of the net. From 2-0 up to 2-2 from a mistake from both of our players is quite annoying. It hasn't really been that played. Rosic, come on, that was pretty close to you. You could have saved that with your foot, in my opinion. But we got an instant highlight. Let's see what we could do. Hutchinson has it out here on the left. He's been dispossessed by Nicholson, and it looks like they're going to get another chance. Belshaw in goal. He's going to hit this upfield, is he? He does hit it upfield. It's come back up to Hayden, who's cleared it away. And there seems that they're playing it out from the back again. Our team need to show a bit more passion. If we lose this game after being 2-0 up, I am going to be really annoyed. If we do get a draw out of it, I would have taken that before the game, but obviously being 2-0 up, I would be expecting to win that game and see it out, as I thought we give away another penalty, but it wasn't. They cut the ball into Jeffcott, but Nicholson was offside. Now, do we have anyone on the bench who I think can change this game up? No, I do not. Not at the moment. So we're going to change Carl Jenkinson to a fullback, because that's what I've promised him we'll play him as. We're going to bring him Nightingale off, because he's really not having a good game, and bring on Harry Lennon, who was very good for us last season, and we're going to make those changes. Jenkinson's not having the best of games, actually. I'm actually just going to get him off for Harvey Neville. Jenkinson, he didn't have any pre-season with us. We signed him after we played between our last friendly and our first game of the season. So his fitness isn't great, so we're going to see how he does. Hopefully build that fitness up and his performance will be much better. But we've drawn this game 2-2. As I said before the game, would have taken a 2-2 draw. But we were 2-0 up. Really, I want to be seeing us out. Want to see us seeing those games out. But first game of the season, 2-2. Got a draw. What point on the board? I can't be that annoyed by it. But cheers, guys, for watching. This is going to be the end of this episode. So the next episode, then, let's look what we're going to do. We're going to bring you a few games in. We're going to bring you in for the Tranmere Mansfield game. So we're going to get quite a big chunk of games out. We're going to get straight into into September even, and we're going to see how we do. But please, guys, please like, subscribe, get ready for the next episode, and I'll see you next time.